There's no one way to skin a cat. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. For those of you who are new here, my name is Byron Ovenstone. For those of you who have been here before, appreciate you guys coming back. Yesterday, we talked nutrition. I said I was going to do a three-part series, nutrition, fitness, and mindset. Today, we're going to dive into the fitness elements of that because, again, those three things matter. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, circle back, watch the nutrition piece first, come back, watch this one afterwards. This one, we're going to talk fitness. Because what most people get wrong, and what I forgot to mention yesterday, is they think, oh, I'm just going to go to the gym and I'm going to get some phenomenal results. And yes, you will. But what you guys need to understand is that the gym is just an hour a day or 90 minutes of your day. That's 4%. If you're going to the gym for an hour a day, that's only 4% of your day. The remaining 23 hours is what fucking matters, right? So if your nutrition is fucked and your mindset is fucked and your habits and your discipline are fucked, the amount of stuff that you can do in the gym is not going to offset that 23 hours of fucking chaos. So we have to get the 23 hours dialed. Nutrition is a huge part of that 23 hours. Over and above that, your sleep, your stress management, your micronutrients, all of that stuff matters as well. But anyway, we're talking fitness today, so let's get into it. Fitness. The amount of conversations I have on a consistent basis with people who tell me I don't have access to a gym so I can't work out, or I only have 2 days a week so I can't work out, and I have to ask why. Like, why can't you work out? What are you doing that's keeping you so busy that you can't get to a gym for an hour a day? What is taking up so much time that you don't have 4% of your day to go and do something for you that's going to get you the best version of you? What are you doing that's distracting you? Because I bet you now, if I said pull up your phone app and I go to the time fucking thing, or the whatever it's called on your iPhone, it tells you how many hours a day you spend on social media and blah, 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 blah. I bet you now you're spending more than that 4% a day on social media. Social media is giving you nothing in return other than some dopamine. So why are we sacrificing that hour in the gym to get an hour on social media? So we have the time. It's just a case of we just don't want to use that time to further progress. And we'll get into that one tomorrow when we start talking mindset and why that matters. But for today, we're just going to do working out. We're going to do the fitness elements. Fitness is moving your body in one way, shape, or form. If you're 400 pounds, you don't even need to go to the gym yet. You just need to get outside and walk more. Like if you just get outside in the beautiful sunshine and you do a couple thousand steps a day, it's more than you're doing right now. You're going to burn calories. You're going to start feeling better. If you accompany that with yesterday's video around the nutrition piece, fuck me, you're already off to the races. So it's not always about going to the gym. There's a misconception where it's like, oh, I have to go to the gym and I have to lift weights. No, you don't. Fitness can be whatever you want it to be that you enjoy doing. Again, we're talking sustainability here. We're talking about lifestyle changes where you can see yourself doing it every day for the next 10 years, 5 times a week for the next 10 years. If you can implement something like that, that's a win. That's going to get you healthier, fitter, stronger. It's going to start shifting that mindset for the better. And then when you implement stuff that I teach you in tomorrow's video, you get even better and you compound those results off the back. But the fitness piece, stop doing shit you fucking hate. If you hate being on a treadmill, don't use the treadmill. If you like swimming, go swimming instead. Like, it's whatever you can do that you get enjoyment and joy out of. So if it's cycling, cycle more. If it's walking, walk more. If it's lifting weights and clanging and banging like a motherfucker, aka Byron Ovenstone, do that. Because that is sustainable. That's going to give you the most amount of joy. You're going to do that for the longest time. If I say to you, hey, person X on the other side of this video, I'm going to need you to fucking go and row for an hour a day, and you are miserable and hate rowing, maybe you could do it for a week, maybe 2 weeks. Dude, if you did it for 3 weeks, you're probably superhuman, but it'll get to a point where you're like, you know what, I can't be fucked. And that internal dialogue will get real strong one day, and you just won't do it. And you'll quit, and you won't go back to rowing. Whereas if I say to you, hey, person X on the other side of this video, just do something that you enjoy doing for 20 to 30 minutes a day. Whatever that might be. It could be rowing, swimming, cycling, fucking, I don't give a shit if it's skipping, jump roping. I don't care. Do it. Whatever it is, you do that for 20 to 30 minutes a day. Well, now it's not such an uphill battle where you're like, fuck, dude, I got to do this shit. It's more like, oh yeah, I get to do something I enjoy today. I get to go out and walk out in the sun for 30 minutes with my iPods or my fucking AirPods in, and I listen to some music or listen to an audiobook, or even do like what Byron does, where he just fucking goes out there and enjoys nature. He just looks around, absorbs it, soaks up some sunshine. Every now and then we'll record an Instagram video to put on the Instagrams. That is sustainable. That is what's going to get you the results. So today's video is not going to be lengthy and long and like, oh, you have to do this, 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 and this. Of course, what I am going to do is I'm going to build out like a PDF where I'll build out some workout protocols that you can follow along. If you want access to that, you should probably DM me on Instagram, and I'll hopefully have that built out and I can give you access to that PDF. If I haven't, I'll put you on the back burner, and as soon as I am finished building it out, I'll then send it to you. But for this specific example, all we're talking about doing is moving the body more. Do it in a way, shape, or form that is fun, that you enjoy doing, that's sustainable for you. And then when you get to a point where you're like, dude, I start feeling good, I start looking good, I want to kick this up a level, that's when we start talking about going to the likes of the gym, go to a boot camp, go to fucking CrossFit, go and do something, anything, as long as it's a little bit more and it promotes muscle building. What I don't want you guys doing is becoming a cardio rabbit, where you just go and you run on a treadmill every day for an hour. Because unless you want to look like a marathon runner, don't train like them. I have no desire to be like a stick man. So I'm not about to start running marathons. Not in my fucking wheelhouse, not something I want to look like, and it's definitely not something I enjoy doing. I want to look like the motherfucker that can rip a car door off, can run a mile if he had to, in good time, but if the shit hit the fan, could rip a car door off, and I want to occupy enough space to where me and my family walking down the street and there's an opportunist coming around the corner and he's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with the family. He takes one look at me and goes, maybe the next family. I don't wanna fuck with him. I don't know what he's capable of, and he looks dangerous. That's my goal. I've crafted that and I maintain that now on a daily basis. So I train accordingly, I eat accordingly, I pay attention to what I put in my mindset accordingly, so that I give off that energy and I turn up with that kind of presence. I also want to be the guy that when he walks into a room, heads turn and they're like, who the fuck is that? I don't know, but he looks like he's some kind of fucking stud. I should know him, or I want to know him, and give off that kind of energy too. So I'm crafting that every single day in the way that I do things and the way I go about things. So the ultimate piece for you, and again, we'll go into the mindset piece tomorrow more, but it's to understand exactly what the goal looks like. What do you want? How do you want to show up? How do you want to be remembered? What is your legacy? All of that good stuff. Because once you know that, you can reverse engineer that and you can train accordingly. You can eat accordingly, etc. So understand what you want and then build it into your lifestyle. And it has to be something that's sustainable. If you're going to go to the gym 7 days a week, could you go to the gym 7 days a week for the next 10 years? If not, it's a fad diet, it's a phase, it's a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Because all you're going to do is you're going to get a result, but you're going to burn out, so you're not going to enjoy the process, and you're going to get to a point where you don't do it anymore. And then all of that hard work that you put in, all of those results that you got, you're going to give back because you can't sustain them. Better to go, you know what, I could commit 4 days a week. I could commit 5 days a week. Cool. Now you're being reasonable with yourself. You know you can do 4 days a week or 5 days a week. You build that out accordingly. You train accordingly. You manage your expectations accordingly. And again, you play the long game. You don't look for an instant result overnight. Oh, I'm 250 pounds morbidly obese and I want abs tomorrow, so I'm just going to starve myself and train 17 hours a day. Unsustainable. You'll fuck yourself up. Not only from like a headspace perspective, because you'll wreck confidence and self-esteem with yourself, but over and above that, you're going to do damage to your metabolism, your bone density, and a bunch of other stuff that you just don't want to be doing. So how about we just listen, pay attention, and do what I ask you to do, which is take the slow approach that's sustainable, that you can do for a longer period of time, because that is going to get you a much higher probability in terms of getting the results and keeping it for longer. And that's the win. This fitness thing is not a one and done. You don't go to the gym, get abs, and you have abs for the rest of your life. You go to the gym, you work your fucking ass off, you get abs, and now you work your ass off to keep the abs. That's how this works. So if you get abs overnight, or you get abs in 30 days because you do some kind of ridiculousness, unless you can continue doing that for the rest of time, the results that you got because you time collapsed and you fucking went too aggressive, you're gonna give back. That doesn't make sense. So do something that you enjoy, do it for a long enough time to where it becomes sustainable. And now we start bolting on additional stuff. So it starts with maybe just getting a 20-minute walk. Cool. Do that for a period of time. And then all of a sudden you're like, dude, I like the way I look. I'm tracking my data. My nutrition's on point. My body's taking shape. I like what I see here. Now I want to build muscle mass. Okay, cool. I can train 3 days a week. I have time in my week. I know what my weeks look like. I can do 3, 4, 5 days a week in the gym. Wicked. Now you send me a DM at Byron Ovenstone, one of these two corners, and I will give you a training program that you can follow, either through PDF or you can hire me as a coach. At which point, now we get a little bit more serious. Now we start doing things that maybe not common knowledge for you. Maybe you've done it before, maybe you haven't, but we start implementing pieces into that to get you where you want to go, to dial your shit in, to stack on muscle mass, to really recomposition the body. And then again, it's a sustainable, maintainable approach to where you can keep the results that you get. You don't look good and then a few days later you look like shit again. It's one of the biggest issues I have with these like 30-day challenges, 40-day challenges, 60-day challenges. Guys get a phenomenal result because they go on this crash diet. If I said to you had to eat shit sandwiches for 30 days, you'd do it. You're like, fuck it. If it's gonna give me abs, I can do anything for 30 days. You get the abs, you get that awesome after photo, you put the side by side and you're like, wow. 15 days after that after photo, you look like shit again because you haven't built the sustainability. You haven't built in the routines, the habits, etc., the disciplines, the consistencies. They're all lacking. So if we start with that in mind and we reverse from there, boom, win. So that's what I want you guys to pay attention to now. Where are you going? What does a win look like? And then reverse engineer that. I can walk 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week. Cool, start there. Do that. When that's such a habit that you do it on autopilot and you want to get another change, now you go to the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week. And you train specifically for the look that you want to achieve. Once you've done that, it's a wrap. So that's the fitness element. There isn't just one way to skin a cat. There's multiple ways. So the way that I train specifically for me might not work for you, but another variation of it will. So what we do is we look at what works for me and we implement certain things that work for you. And it's a back and forth, back and forth. The more you engage, the better we can serve you. And that's how this works. But out the gate, what I want you to do is at least start moving the body, because that's going to promote endorphins. That's going to do a lot of good stuff in the behind the scenes. And it's going to build a lot of the habits, the consistencies, the discipline that you guys need to then go to that next level. Again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. I hope you guys found today's video useful. Again, tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we're talking mindset. We'll get a little bit deeper into that. But like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers for now.